for our classical pot designs is figuring out how to put relief carvings around the outside of our pots. Putting these little details on the outside of our pots. If we look at some examples, you got like a simple little Greek helmet thing with the leaves, whatever the leaves are called, a wreath. You can get super complicated. You can add that level of detail. Can you see that illustration? All right. What you don't need to do though is draw these patterns in Fusion. You don't need to draw these in Fusion. There is a separate program you can use to create a file that will work with Fusion. What you want to use is this program, Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. If you've got it, awesome. If you need to get it, that's fine. All right, so what we're going to do today for our tutorial is take the pot we've completed earlier, and on this pot we're going to make a relief carving using this picture. All right, so this is just something I found on the internet. You're going to draw your own classical designs. If you're not a good drawer, it doesn't really matter because they're simple and stylized. Alrighty. So what you need is a picture with really strong contrast. So what does that mean? Really strong contrast. Tim?
There's a huge difference between like the two sort of main colours.
Yeah, huge difference between the main colors. So black and white is ideal. If you don't have black and white, that's okay. Alrighty, so we go to this program. We're going to make a new file, and we'll just set it to where's A4? Actually, here we go, A4. A4, so an A4 sheet of paper. All right, fantastic. File, place. Here is my Greek art. I placed it into Illustrator. Now, Illustrator is different to Photoshop because it's a vector program. So that means Illustrator doesn't use pixels, it uses paths and lines. So you can get a picture that's pixels, a JPEG, a scan, a photograph. You can get a picture, and in Illustrator, you can click on your picture and go Object, Path, Object, Image Trace, Make and Expand. And that was very subtle, but it's gone from, let's zoom in a little bit so you can see it better. So see all the pixels? Object, Image Trace, Make and Expand. And it's turned it into lines. All right, this is a pretty fiddly design. You guys should probably try and do something a little more, it's not quite as detailed. All right, now what the program has actually done is this. So it's difficult to tell because it's against a white background, but it's made two lots of lines. It's made a black copy and a white copy. So what that means is, I'll try and move this. So you've got like an invisible white version that you can't really see, that you don't need. All right, so all that means is, you just got to delete. See how I can see when I scroll over, it selects the square. We've got to get rid of all that stuff we don't need. So all you got to do is, so you file, place to put your picture in, object, image trace, make and expand. And then the last thing you need to do is find this tool, the magic wand, and just use the magic wand to click on in the white negative space. Control X to cut. And now when you scroll, you only select the outline of the picture, not the negative space. All right. So that's kind of complicated, but you guys should get it. All right. There's our illustration. It's a vector. Fusion uses vector files. So now we can go File, Export, Export As, and what you want to use is a, where are we? DXF, maybe? Hang on, let's try that again. File, Save As, and you want to save it as SVG. So not export, save as. XVG. And then save. Okay? Click OK, 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 OK. All right, fantastic. Beautiful. We have made a vector of a drawing of artwork. Now, to create a 3D version of that artwork, what we do is this. Instead of inserting a canvas, you click Insert, SVG, find the SVG, and click on a face. All right, so here is my image. I need to move it so that it's in place on top of the pot. If it's too small or too large, we're going to scale it up and down with this. And what we want it to do, you don't want it to be too big because it will be warped around the outside of the pot. You kind of want it to fit on the face, but not go the whole way around. Alrighty. There we go. So you see how it's like in the right position now? Click OK. Click Finish Sketch. Has Fusion crashed again? SVG files can really smash your computer. If you got there we go. If you got an Air or something like that, close everything. If you got a MacBook Air, close everything you don't need open because it takes up a lot of RAM. Alrighty, so let's have a look at what we've got. We've got the pot body. We've got our reference object. We have the most recent sketch is the shape. Alrighty, now this now is just a sketch. We can go in, we can select details. I'm going to try and, I might not select everything, I'll just click, be quick. Get his little ear, get his little ear, get his little hand. So even though it looks rough and pixelated, it's a very small detail, so when it's done, it will look pretty cool. Can't forget some of the mustache. So you hold Shift and you click what you want to select. Alright, so this is probably the most fiddly part of everything. Alright, and this is where you'll start to smash your computer. Press extrude. Let's extrude by maybe 200. So see that, can you see the lag happening on my computer? You got to be patient with everything. All right, when this is made, look at all the bodies we now have. So it has made 55 bodies in one go. This is what it looks like right now. That's obviously not what we want, right? We want to have like little details on the edge of the face, on the face of the pot. Now, to do that, we go like this. We did this earlier when we did the interior. So you find a sketch that has the outline of the pot. You create a brand new sketch. You select that surface there. Control C, Control V. Use the little offset, and we're offset by 1 millimeter. Delete the original. Oops. Okay, and now, so what I've done is I've offset that shape by 1 millimeter. If we do 1 millimeter, when it's 3D printed, you won't have supports and things. It'll be nice and clean. All right, and now you make a massive shape all the way out here because you want this to cover the object you just made. You make a line in the center like the revolve tool. Click Finish Sketch. We select this shape, select Revolve, spin it around, and we make it say Cut. Click OK. And there we have the relief on the outside of the pot. Right. So it's perfectly wrapped around the pot. The last little thing you'd probably do is this. So you'd do one side of your pot. You'd make your pot look the way you want it to look. Then you turn your reference on. Select all your bodies. Move and copy. Move and copy. You want to rotate it. So instead of just moving it, you would click the little rotate tool. Click Create a Copy. Axis. So our reference, we've got a line there in the center. And you rotate by 180. Right, and you've made a mirrored version. Almost done. You made a mirrored version. You got your designs on the front and back. Now you select every single thing you've made. Click Combine. The two things being squashed together. Select everything you've made. Make it one body when you're done. Computer is struggling for real. Like I said, there's a lot of fiddly little details. Yours can be slightly less fiddly. Okay, and then the very, very last thing, I probably said that twice now, the last thing. you have to hollow out the interior again once all the details are added. All right, does that make sense? Hollow out the interior the way you hollowed it out before. All right. And once the computer's done, I think you'll have a pot. You can add a drawing. You can add little lines. You can add little circular shapes. Whatever you want to do to your pot. All right, the trick is, what's the trick with this when you make it?
Have a good photo.
You need a good photo, but also be patient with the program. All right, so I'm going to give you a sheet here. You're going to grab your pencil and you're going to sketch your pot shape, and then you're going to sketch the relief patterns that are going to go onto your pot. Does that sound good? All right, come grab one of these sheets and you can start to do your design. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Two?
I don't even have a 3D pot yet. I finished the drawing and I illustrated it.
Okay, I can help you in a sec.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
First lesson I think like didn't open, so I had to like